FK Fotball på P3.
Thomas, jeg står her med en mann som ganske høy, langt hår, bart, som vi har blitt tipset om av en lytter.
Ja, han leste om han i en uruguayansk avis. Visste ikke da at han spilte i Bærum.
Nei.
Men det viste seg. Han keeper på Bærum. Lutz Pfannenstiel.
Ja, og har vært innom også så mange klubber. Så vi må kanskje begynne der.
Ja. Skal vi gjøre det? How many clubs have you been to now? Do you know?
I don't even know exactly, but it should be around 20 by now, I guess. And I always normally return to clubs I played before, so I had a few clubs a few times.
Okay.
How the hell do you end up in Bærum?
It was a very, you mean the first time or the second time?
Both.
Well, the first time was, I played in the first division, and I just finished my deal in Australia. I came back and I was in touch with the former coach then, Turule Skulerud. I came over, had a look at the place. I really liked it. It was a beautiful place. The team looked as well pretty good. So I decided to give it a go, and I always liked Scandinavia. Played in Finland before for a few years, so it wasn't an easy choice. Second time was much more complicated, of course.
Why?
Well, I was actually player manager, or basically head coach of a team in Armenia, in the former Russian republics. And well, I mean, I had a whole team under control with 22 foreign players. I decided everything on my own, and then we didn't get paid for the first 3 months of the contract. And then exactly that was when I got a call from Bærum. So the decision was then again very easy, as I really badly struggled down there to keep 22 people quiet, and nobody got paid and everybody struggled. So it was maybe the best decision for me to go to a safer place than that.
What's it like playing in Armenia? I've never met anyone who's played in Armenia.
I don't think you will ever meet somebody again. It's maybe the only time. Well, Armenia, as you know, it's one of the former Russian republics, and I believe in every single Russian republic they play good football. I mean, if you look at the Armenian national team, they all play in Russia or they play in France. Like, for example, Yuri Chorkaev is Armenian, and lots of other guys. So the football there is pretty decent. Only the infrastructure and the pitches and the training facilities, as well as the contracts, are not really that safe.
How bad was it?
Well, it was pretty crap, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, like as I said, I didn't coach an Armenian team. I had a team which was based completely on foreigners. Meaning I came down there, they said, here, you have 500,000 euros. Build a team. It was a completely new team, so I flew in like more than 40 players from Brazil, from Mexico, Ukraine, Germany, all over the place. And I decided for 18 foreigners and 4 Armenian players. And then we had a very, very good team, which I believe would be one of the top teams in the Norwegian first division, maybe even a very, very bad team in the Tippeliga. But as I said, the contracts were pretty good. Actually overpaid for Armenian standard, but then I should have realized that something is not right.
What was wrong?
Well, nobody got paid. I mean, all the players lived in the camp for 3 months. He got fed very well. I lived in a beautiful apartment, but apart from that, I haven't received much money, for example. So we had a decent start. We won basically everything, and only once the players realized that there is nothing to get, they basically stopped playing, and it all ended up in a big disaster.
Do you know what's going on with the club now? And does it still play in the league?
Yes, I know very well, because my phone rings around 45 times a day with all the players, and I actually managed now to get from the 18 foreigners to get 14 out of Armenia to send to different clubs all over the world, as I'm already now doing a lot when it comes to agent business. Like you said, I play for 20 clubs. Obviously, I met a bit more than 20 people in my life, and that's how I got this network. So I obviously want to help now to get these people out from Armenia and into different clubs all around the place.
We read somewhere that you had the choice between Norway and Iran.
Yes, but that was in 2003. I had a very good offer from Istiklal Tehran, which is one of the top teams in Asia. I played against the team with my team in Malaysia before in the Asian Champions League. I had a good game against them, so when I was hunting for a club, then the Iranians offered me a decent deal. But again, I think it was the right decision to come to Norway instead of catching a few grenades here, grenades there, so it was better.
FK Fotball på P3.
FC Bad Götzting.
Yeah, that was actually not my first club. I was before at Bayern Munich in the youth team and in the amateurs for a while, and then I went to PART1, which was by then the third highest league in Germany. Now I think they're in the fourth division, the third division.
Is it true that you had an offer to go back to Bayern Munich?
Yes, and I was supposed to return to Bayern Munich, but then I don't know what, some hammer flew down, hit me on the head. I can't remember. I made maybe the biggest mistake in my life. I had this little arrogant feeling that days, and I said that I don't want to go back to Bayern Munich to be a second or third keeper and sit on the bench. I decided to go to Penang, which is in Malaysia, and yeah, that's I think why I'm here right now.
What was it like in Penang? Was it in an okay club?
It was like a fairy tale for me, to be honest. I came there as a young boy to Malaysia. Obviously, I came as a former Bayern Munich player or as a Bayern Munich boy, and Sultan of Penang watched me playing and train for 1 or 2 times. He offered me for then a very, very good deal, and got a nice car, got a motorbike, got a jet ski, lived like a king. It was beautiful, but it's not the place where you should be as a young goalkeeper, I believe. And I still was then squad member in the German youth national sides, so I had to go back to Europe somehow.
And then on our list is Tampere.
That's right. I went to Tampere
In Finland.
PV. Yeah, we played up there in the top league. They don't exist anymore, I think, or re-exist again now. But that's one of the teams which Tampere United was made out of. So I played there in Finland. It was a decent time, yeah.
And then you went to England for a couple of years.
Then actually I was in England a bit longer. It just looks a bit short. Even though I was there for some time, I was loaned a lot.
Yeah, okay.
As I'm a little bit of an impatient person, I just had already problems to sit on the bench when I was 18. So when you're 21, it don't change. So I went to Wimbledon. I was there for a little while.
Joe Kinnear.
Joe Kinnear and Terry
How was he?
Burton. He was a good guy. He was a very hard coach, very verbal, but typical Irish guy, very fair. And
He seems a bit noisy.
he was loud, yes.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be a typical Norwegian coach, I would say, but he was a really, really good guy, and also like very honest. I mean, if he called you something bad, then you were sure that you deserved it.
Did he ever call you something?
Of course, I was always
You
called a
remember anything?
German bastard, for example. That's pretty normal in England, so it's normal.
And that's Nottingham Forest.
And I went on to Forest, where I actually went there with big expectations, to be honest. And I have to say that for some strange reason, you go into a country and you do well, and in other countries you just don't do that well.